Join Kids Hut family.
Tia, may I please come in?
Hi, Tofu. Yeah, sure. Come in.
Are you okay, Tia? I heard you had a fight with your best friend really today.
Oh, thank you, Tofu, but I'm fine.
Really? Are you going to talk to her again? Aren't you mad at her?
Of course I will talk to her, Tofu. Really is my best friend.
Even now? After the fight? How can that be?
Let me tell you a story to help you understand. Once upon a time, there were two best friends, John and James. They had known each other all their lives. When it came time to look for a job, they decided to travel together as well. Their travels took them across a harsh desert. James, we have limited food and water, and we still have a lot of the desert left to cross. We should conserve our supplies. But I want water. You can have water, but just a little bit. We have to save it for the rest of the desert crossing. I don't care. I am sure we will find an oasis ahead somewhere. We can't be sure about it. We must save our food and water. Before they knew it, the two friends were wrestling each other for the water bottle. In the heat of the moment, John slapped James. Stunned by that, both friends stopped fighting and decided to keep walking on. Before moving on, James bent down and wrote on the sand. My best friend slapped me today. After a while, they came upon an oasis and were very happy. They refilled their bottles and took a bath in the water. However, James became careless and started to drown. John grabbed him and pulled him out of the water to safety. Thank you, my friend. I owe you my life. Don't worry about it. Let us rest for some time and then we will resume our journey. The two friends slept for some time. When they woke up and were ready to leave, James wrote something on a big stone. What are you writing, James? When you slapped me, I wrote in the sand that you slapped me. The winds would have blown that away by now. But when you saved my life, I wrote it on the stone so that nothing can erase it. Both friends became overwhelmed and hugged each other.
James chose to remember the good things about their friendship and forget the bad ones.
Correct. Hence, Riley and I won't stop being friends even after a fight as bad as today's. That is what you do in friendship, Tofu.
And in relationships too.
Yes, in relationships too. Let's go.
It was Miss Pine's last day at school today. Yes, I'm going to miss her too. She was very nice. Yes, and she gave all of us from class little souvenirs to remember her by.
Really? Wow! What did you get?
That's the thing. She gave everyone toys or fancy stationery. All she gave me was this empty diary.
So, what's wrong with it?
What will I do with a diary? All the kids were showing me their lovely gifts, and I felt so bad.
I think you need to know about the miller's son who got a cat from the miller. Once upon a time, there lived a miller who had 3 sons. When the miller was dying, he left his mill to his eldest son, his donkey to his second son, and for the youngest son, he left his pet cat. The 2 elder brothers could use the mill and the donkey for trade and earning money. But the cat had no use for them. So they kicked the youngest brother and his cat out of their home. One day, when the 3rd son was sitting with his cat, the cat said to him,
Master, don't worry. Everything will be fine.
How will that be?
Can you get me a pair of shoes and a bag?
I have very little money left, but I have never seen a talking cat before, so I trust you. And so the master bought the cat, the boots, and the bag. The cat happily took it and went into the nearby forest. There, he found a rabbit hole. He put the bag to the mouth of the hole. As soon as the rabbit came out, he got caught in the bag. The cat quickly tied its mouth and took it to the master.
Master, I have brought you a rabbit for dinner. Let me cook it for you.
The cat quickly cooked delicious dinner for his master. Once they were done, he went back to the rabbit hole. There, he caught one more rabbit. He took this rabbit to the king's palace.
Your Majesty, my Lord Marquis of Caraba has sent you a gift.
Thank you, Puss, and thank the Marquis for me. The cat continued to do this for many days. One day, it heard about a nasty ogre that everyone was scared of. The cat went to meet him. Hello.
What are you doing here?
Oh, I just came to see why everyone is scared of you. I don't see any reason.
Don't you know who I am? I can kill you right now.
I don't think so. You don't really have the power.
I have the power to take any shape I want. I can become a lion and strike you.
Ha ha! I am not scared of lions. I am only scared of rabbits.
Well, here it goes then.
As soon as the ogre turned himself into a rabbit, the cat pounced on him and killed him. The next day, he requested his master, "Master, please go and bathe in the lake outside the forest. I request you." The master agreed. As he was taking a bath, the cat stole the master's clothes and hid them. Then he ran to the highway and waited for any carriage to pass. As soon as he saw the king's carriage pass, he called out, "Help! Your Majesty, my master is in the lake, but someone stole his clothes. I don't want him to catch a cold. Please help." The king recognized the cat who had been bringing his master's gifts to him every day and stopped immediately. He sent his man to retrieve some clothes from the castle and took them to the master. They gave the clothes to the third son, who looked very handsome in them.
Ride with my daughter and me, Marquis of Caraba. We will take you to your place of stay. Thank you, my lord.
The cat sat in front with the driver, while his master sat with the king and his daughter in the back. He showed the driver the way to the ogre's castle and told him to take them there. Once they had reached, the cat got down and opened the door of the carriage. "We are home, master."
Yes, dear puss. Thank you."
The king was impressed by the third son's humility and manners. He decided to get his daughter married to him. The young couple happily agreed, and they lived happily ever after. So the cat that everybody thought was of no use was extremely useful and changed everything for the third son. Exactly, Tofu. I am going to keep this diary close to me always and use it to write great stories. I am happy for you.
Hey Tofu, wasn't that your friend Joe? Yes, it was. Why didn't you invite him in? He wanted to have a quick word. He was getting late. Is everything okay? I think so. Jim, he and I are working on a school project together. Our grades depend on it. But Jim and he are convinced that other students are also working on the same topic. They want to work on a new topic.
If your grades depend on it, you should listen to what they are saying.
But dear, I think they are just panicking. I don't think our grades will get affected much by a common topic.
Is there a chance of it happening though?
Yes, there is.
Okay, let me tell you the tale of the three fish, and then you can decide upon what to do. The Tale of Three Fish. Once upon a time, there was a serene lake full of different kinds of fish. One day, a few fishermen stopped by the lake. Brothers, look at this lake. It is so big and clean. It has so many different kinds of fish too. Yes, I agree. Look at those big fish there. And because the lake is so clean, I am sure the fish are healthy too.
We never fish in this lake, but I think we should begin now.
Yes, it is late today to throw the net. Let us come back early tomorrow morning and fish here. When the fishermen were discussing their plan, there were three fish that were swimming close to the surface of the lake. They overheard the entire conversation. They collected all the other fish in the lake and told them what they had heard.
The fishermen are going to come tomorrow and throw their nets to catch us all. I am going to leave this lake with my family tonight itself.
Yes, I am also not going to stay here. I will also leave the lake with my family. We will find a new, safer home.
Look at you two, talking like cowards. Our forefathers came here to this lake and made it a home. Many generations before us have lived here. How can you even think of abandoning our home like this? Listen to us, brother. Those fishermen will come tomorrow and kill everyone. Our scriptures say that when it is time for our death, there is nothing we can do about it. We cannot escape it. So let us stay in our home and face our death bravely.
Soon the fish were divided into two groups. Some of them agreed to leave, and some decided to continue living in the lake. The ones who had decided to stay laughed at the ones who were leaving, but those who had decided to leave paid no heed to their mockery and started leaving the lake through a small outlet.
Let them go, brothers. Soon they will regret leaving their home.
But it was not so. When morning came, the fishermen came back as planned. They cast their net onto the lake. They caught every single fish that had stayed back. None was spared, and the fishermen went back home happy to have found a lake full of so many fish. The only thing
that the dying fish felt was regret for not having left the lake. The fish had a warning of danger, yet some of them decided to stay back. That's what got them into trouble. Yes. Don't you think you too have a warning of danger ahead? Oh, you are right, Tia. I am going to tell Jim and Joe that we should change the topic for our project. Thanks, Tia.
Good morning, Tofu.
Good morning, Tia.
Are you all right, Tofu?
Yes, but I'm worried about my friend Sam.
Who is that? And why are you so worried about him?
Sam is new to our school. He joined my class last week. I like him very much. But some other boys have been lying about him, saying that he is not a nice boy.
Oh, that's bad. And are you sad because he is your friend?
Yes, I want people to see how good Sam is. And I don't know how to make it happen.
If Sam is a good person, then I don't think you have anything to worry about, Tofu.
I don't understand. Why?
Let me explain it to you with the story I know. The Princess and the Pea. Once upon a time, a young prince wanted to get married. So he went around the world looking for the right princess to marry. Alas, he found none. Something or the other was always amiss in all the princesses he met to be a true princess to his people. One stormy night, after the prince came back home, he and his family were having their dinner. When there was a commotion outside the castle door. The queen went to see what was going on. What is the matter, guard?
There is a young girl at the door, Your Highness. She says she is a princess.
Intrigued, the queen went to see the princess. When she got there, she was surprised to see a young girl drenched from head to toe.
Who are you?
I am a princess. I was passing through when the storm and lightning spooked the horses and they dragged my carriage into slush and mud. My men are still with the carriage trying to repair it. I have walked many miles to reach here.
Nobody who looked at the young girl could believe that she could ever be a princess. She didn't look anything like a princess. With her hair disheveled and clothes and shoes full of mud, she looked like a poor peasant girl. "You are welcome to stay here, O princess. My maids will prepare a royal room and arrange for a hot bath and dry clothes for you. Do join us for supper once you feel better. Come on in."
Thank you very much, Your Highness.
By the time the queen returned to the dining table to join her family, the prince had been informed about the stranger at the door and the queen's decision.
Mother, do you really believe that she is a princess?
Her appearance betrays her, but her eyes shine with courage, and there is humility and grace in her behavior, just like that of a princess. However, we must wait till tomorrow morning to know whether she is really a princess or not. Saying so, the queen retired from the dinner table and went up to the room that was being prepared for the princess.
Your Highness, the princess is in the bath. We are preparing the bed for her.
Very well. Fetch me 20 of the softest mattresses that the castle has to offer.
Yes, Your Highness.
Once the maids had left, the queen took out a pea from her pocket and placed it right in the middle of the princess's bed. When the maids returned with the mattresses, she ordered them to place them on the top of the pea. That night, the princess slept on her special bed. But she had a sleepless night. She kept tossing and turning all night long. In the morning, she joined the queen for breakfast. How are you, my dear?
I am well, thank you.
But you look so tired. Is something wrong? You must tell me.
Forgive me, Your Highness. I do not wish to sound like an ungrateful guest, but I haven't slept all night. My bed was really soft, but something kept poking me in the back, and I have bruises all over.
The queen smiled happily because she knew that the girl in front of her was a true princess. Only a real princess who has lived all her life in comfort can feel a small pea kept 20 mattresses below her, and only a kind princess would not mention her discomfort unless asked to do so. Son, she is the one you have been looking for. Soon the prince was married to the princess of his dreams, and they happily lived in the kingdom where all the people loved and respected them both a lot.
Wow, Tia! No matter where the princess would have gone, people would have always recognized her because of her behavior.
Exactly, Tofu. And the same thing applies to your friend Sam. If he is a good person, soon people will be able to see that in him. And if he's not, people will be able to see that also.
Yes, you are right, Tia. I don't think I have to worry about him anymore. I am sure everyone will see his truth soon.
For your favorite rhymes, stories, and more, join Kids Heart family. Subscribe here.